Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers, Blowers, and Guns. It's been a while since I made a video, but I'm here again to show you a lineup of new optics that I got for a budget build. This is my new WMD, the Beast. It's made out of all nickel boron coating, and it's really cool. This was built recently. It is a dedicated bolt action. Has the Cali key in it with iodized furniture and stainless steel everything. So I'm getting ready to put some optics on here, but I wanted to try a bunch of different things. I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted an LPVO or a red dot with a magnifier or just a red dot. I know I don't want a prism scope because the prism scopes are really big, clunky, and heavy. So I'd like to shoot this at 100 yards, 50 yards, 25 yards. Ideally, a really nice red dot should do the trick because I mostly just shoot 50 yards, mostly, you know, at the range. And maybe sometimes if I want to challenge myself, I'll go to 100 yards. And that's where an LPVO comes in handy. But we're gonna first try a budget red dot, and some of you guys may have heard of Feyachi. When I first started with guns a couple of years ago, you always think of a budget build. So there are a lot of really cheap optic outfits out there, and you always came up with the words Feyachi. They weren't as cheap, but they weren't really expensive, so they were kind of in the middle. And at that time, I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I never bought a Feyachi. But Feyachi sent me a red dot today. Let's open it up real quick and see what we have. So first off, it comes in this really cool plastic case with foam on the top and the bottom, a lens cleaning cloth, and silica gel to prevent moisture. It's not candy, so don't eat it, all right? Now look. I've had a lot of red dots and I've reviewed a lot of red dots and scopes and optics on this channel. I'm very partial to the MOJACK option. Motion activated, shake awake feature. They usually come on Sig Sauer Romeo 5s, some aim point, maybe some Halo Sun, and some very few higher end optics. The shake awake feature is fantastic because things go bump in the night, you don't want to have to fumble around with the on and off button to turn your optic on. I always found that to be stupid. I want an optic that's on here, and then once you pick up your rifle, it's on automatically. And when you put it down for a few minutes, it shuts off automatically. You don't ever have to think about it. That's what I want. That's what you should want. Who wants to be picking this up and going, where's the on button? Do I have to press it for 3 seconds? How do I turn it off? Do I have to press up and down together to turn it off, as most EOTech EXPS models have to do, right? Why not just put it on and forget about it? So this is their V30 Feyachi red dot, 1x20mm. It also has a sunshade on it, you know, to prevent the glare. So you can take this off if you want. It's like a honeycomb attachment that goes on there, kind of shades the sun so that you don't have glare on your lens. Look at that lens. So listen, some red dots are super cheap and they usually are made for airsoft. However, through many reviews, the Feyachi holds zero because it's made of better quality. So while you can use it ideally for airsoft or air rifle or crossbow or something, you could put this on your 223, not just a plinker, and the jolting will hold zero. Stay tuned for a future episode when I actually take it to the range and try it out. So far, you know, I've had $20, $30, $50, $60 optics that hold zero. They're made pretty well, except for the super cheap ones, you know what I mean? But I have had good luck with them. This also comes with a .083 riser. It is a absolute co-witness. What that means is, if you have iron sights, which I don't, but people get iron sights along with a red dot, so that in case your red dot runs out of battery, you can see through the riser attachment, therefore a co-witness. You have two ways of aiming for your target. Your iron sights through here, and of course your dedicated red dot. If your battery ran out, of course, you can co-witness by using your iron sights and not be impeded of view from your red dot, because you could see right through the co-witness riser. So that's why people have co-witness risers. Not only that, it looks cool. You won't have battery issues if you get a red dot with a shake awake feature, as this is. This is the V30 from Feyachi. My dog's going nuts. I gotta go see whether or not there's something I gotta do about it. No, I'll put this together and mount it. It was the UPS guy. My dog was barking at the UPS guy because I got another package from Feyachi. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode on what this is. Good thing I didn't have to use this. Okay, you saw me put it on really quickly. I removed the original mount, which is the regular mount, which is about that high, and it's just 4 little screws that come out, hex screws, and you put the absolute co-witness riser on there with the same screws, but they also gave you 4 others. You also saw me try to install the battery, and when I opened the battery cover, there was already a battery in there. So they not only do they give you a battery, but they give you a spare battery in case you run out. A lot of optics don't give you any batteries, you know what I mean? So for them to give you a battery and an extra one is a really good touch. It comes with a Torx key. It's not an Allen. This is an Allen. So the hex Allen tool is for removing the screws for your mount, the riser or the original mount. And then the Torx key is for adhering the entire mount onto your rail. 20mm Weaver or Picatinny. Notice this, I added the included lens dust covers. So that's kind of cool, right? But if it's a MOTAC, motion activated shake awake feature, where the premise is that feature is there so you can grab your gun and go, it's on. Well, you're not gonna have time to flip open your dust covers, so I'm not gonna use them. Because if it's on there to, for quick target acquisition, pulling off these lens covers or dust covers is not quick anything, as you can see. But it's nice to have it though, in case some of you guys don't want to get it all dirty and dusty. You can use these, but I don't need them. Also, when I look through it to turn it on, it's the power button right there with up and down intensity on the red dot only. There's only one color, and that's a red dot. Looking through it, it's very, very sharp, really nice. But I can see the honeycomb pattern. It's kind of distracting. So even though it's good as a sunshade for glare, I don't think I want it. You know what? I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna try to let you guys see what I see. It's hard with a cell phone, okay? But as you can see, I'm gonna zoom in now and try to keep that red dot in the middle. So that's the red dot. It looks fat on video right now, but in my point of view, it's really sharp and small. Sharp is the most important part of that. as you can see, you could see the honeycomb design really well. I think that's kind of distracting for me. I'm gonna remove it. There we go. I'm gonna take that off. Oh, look at that. You guys see what I mean now? You see how sharp that is? Zoom in. Yeah, I see. This is another lens for my camera, that's why. And it's really fat. But it's much nicer now without that cover. You can see over here, right on the bottom right, you can see the emitter of the dot. Usually you don't want to try not to see that, but even really expensive scopes have that too. But here's my other lens on my camera. As you can see, it's a very sharp red dot. And we're in the daytime now. I'm just pointing it to a black target, you know, my barbecue grill. But that's super sharp, you know what I'm talking about? I like it a lot. So here's the view from the front. Yeah, I know you guys are looking at my rifle. That's right, stainless steel, superlative, adjusted gas block. Oh, my bird cage is actually de-anodized. I used lye and water. Check my videos. I have a video where I de-anodized my Duramag, my steel Duramag, and turned it into chrome. It's badass. So there it is right there. That's the decrease and increase intensity of the red dot. There's the co-witness. Like I said before, if the red dot ever went bad or ran out of battery, you can use your iron sights and see right through here and still be able to aim for your target. I don't have any iron sights. I don't plan on using any. When do you guys ever use an iron sight? Come on. Anyway, it's really sharp. Elevation, take the cap off. Use this thing like the flathead to adjust. And also your elevation. That was your windage. Here's your elevation. I'm just going to show you. You take the cap off. You don't need a special tool because the tool is on the top of the cap. Jesus, how many threads? Right there. Up. You just use that and turn it. When you're sighted in, put the cap back on. In case you're in a dust storm in the Sahara Desert or something, that's when those lens caps will come in handy. The flip-up lens caps. So really sharp looking. I'm going to sort of try to sight this in by trying a point on that fence, taking my upper off and looking through the bore just to see if it's about there. So what I did was I just took the upper off, put it on this stand. I focused on one irregular little pattern on the fence. And I looked through the bore of the barrel and fixed that area right here. And I looked up into the sight and I had to move the red dot maybe 2 or 3 MOA. This is a 2 MOA to the left, and then a little bit low, and it's gonna be on paper. I'm pretty confident that when I go to the range, just very minor adjustments, a few clicks here, a few clicks there to get it right on target. So super easy to install. It looks great. Nice sharp red dot. Shake awake MOTAC feature. I love that. 2 batteries, dust covers, sunshade guard, which I probably won't use, but that looks pretty good. And honestly, this is all I need. I only shoot like 50 yards anyway, and the red dot is small enough, sharp enough, that you could probably get away with 100-yard targets too. At least get it on paper, pretty close. Short of this, you could get a magnifier for it or an LPVO. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. Is this an LPVO or a magnifier? Maybe it's a reflex sight and a magnifier. You're gonna have to wait until tomorrow's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Feyachi V30 red dot shake awake optic with absolute co-witness riser included. I love it. I think it's great. You ready? Prices always change, but as of the filming of this video, it's about 75 bucks, about around there. Stay tuned for possible discounts. Check the link in the description if you guys want to check it out, as well as Feyachi's Amazon store. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers, Blowers, and Guns. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers!